Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to COS Live. I am Emma Mitchell, and I am the Member Relations Manager for the Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC. COS Live is brought to you by Support the Springs and the Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC. I'm here today with Frank Frey, and he is going to be doing Thirsty Thursday with us, and I'll let Frank introduce himself. So thanks, Frank, for being here.
Of course, thank you for having me. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all staying safe, relatively sane, and of course, washing your hands. My name is Frank Frey. I currently work at Epicentral. I've been at Epicentral for, I think, about 5 years now, maybe 6, yeah. Before that, I was a bartender in the Blue Star group. I bartended over at the Blue Star and at Nosh. And then I still pick up Friday nights over at Chiba Bar off of Kiowa. And today, I think we're going to make some aviations. It's a great summer drink, actually. Although the weather isn't really going to cooperate right now. But I just figured I wanted something that would remind me of warmer days to come. And an aviation is a great cocktail. Any questions at all, or no? Let's get right into it.
Just go ahead and start making that drink, but speak up a little louder because it's kind of hard to hear.
Okay, for sure, I will. So today we're going to use Lee Spirits products. I really love what they do over there, and I love their products as well. So we're going to use their dry gin as their base. So we're going to do 1.5 ounces of that. We've got a little lemon here. And I like to do about a 1/2 or 3/4 ounce of lemon. So fresh lemon juice, of course. A little simple syrup. I'm going to do about a 1/2 ounce of that. Some maraschino liqueur. I really prefer the Luxardo brand. And we're going to do just about a 1/4 ounce of that. And then to give us our floral note, I'm going to do this creme de violet. And it's also a really beautiful color as well. So I do just about a 1/2 ounce. And then we're going to shake and strain this cocktail. And then this cocktail gets a lemon garnish as well. We'll just cut a little lemon peel here. Give it a nice squeeze. Rim the glass. And just drop it in. And that's your aviation there, using Lee Spirits product.
Well, that looks really good. What are your other favorite cocktails? I know you've made one for me before called, I think it was called the Bee's Knees or something like that.
Oh yeah, I like the Bee's Knees quite a bit. You know, it's a little gin, lemon juice, honey syrup. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like, it just kind of depends on what mood I'm in. If I really want like you know, something really boozy, I like a good classic martini. It's a little gin and dry vermouth, a little orange bitter. Especially in a hot day or a hot day, it's really refreshing. A hot date as well. And then I like, you know, old fashions, Manhattans. It really just kind of depends on, you know, am I hanging out, just having a few drinks, then I might do something a little bit lighter, like, yeah, something that's not quite as boozy, like a whiskey sour or something like that. And if I'm at dinner, depending on the dinner, I'll probably have, either some wine or some beer. But yeah, I kind of tend to be all over the board. But the Martinez, I think, is a really great drink. I really like sipping on one of those. But I don't know. I probably always come back to just a classic gin martini. I think if you can, going and finding some oysters and just a nice cold gin martini is it's a delight, really. So, yeah.
What are some things you've used in your pantry that other people have that you could use in a martini or a different kind of cocktail?
I mean, you can really use, really just about anything. I mean, there's been times where I've been at people's houses and we were making margaritas, but I didn't really want this plain margarita. I wanted a little strawberry nut to it. And I mean, I just found some strawberry preserves and I mixed it right in the drink, and you got to kind of work at it and let it fall in the solution a little bit, but it'll work. I mean, any sort of spice that you want, you can always use as a garnish. A lot of times too, if you have like herbs or, fresh herbs, dried herbs, you can always make a simple syrup of those things too. So you just do your 1-to-1 sugar ratio, kind of throw the herbs in there and let them steep as well, and then you like a rosemary syrup, like a whiskey sour with a little rosemary simple syrup is really good as well. It kind of gives it a really nice herbal note. But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is don't be afraid to play around with things, right? Like a lot of times we read these drink and cocktail recipes and we're so afraid to vary from them. But, if you make a gimlet, let's say, and you don't want it as sour, add a little sweetener to it. It's fine. You should make a cocktail that you want to drink. Don't make a cocktail and then taste it and say, oh man, this is gross. I mean, maybe, there's some variation in there. It can mess with it. Maybe you want to make it a little bit more tart, so add more citrus to it. Or maybe you want to make it a little boozier, add more base spirit to it. Don't be afraid. Those aren't set in stone, right? And everybody has different tastes. Everybody, wants things just a little bit different. I mean, there's people who, right now you're seeing a lot of bartenders use saline solutions in their cocktail. Just give it a little bit dash of salt, to kind of help make some of those other flavors pop in your cocktail. Yeah, but I mean, I think for me, a lot of times if I'm making, sometimes even if I'm drinking a beer and I just want some lime and salt, I'll grab a little salt and some crushed red pepper and kind of grind it up a little bit, and I'll salt the rim of the glass with that, and you get this salty, spicy rim, and then squeeze a lime and drop it in your beer, and it kind of just adds a little extra dimension. There's all kinds of things that you can use in your kitchen to make drinks and dress them up a little bit.
What would you say if somebody was just starting to experiment with making cocktails? What are some tools? I know you have a bunch in front of you that you would recommend.
I think for sure, you want a good shaker set. This is just a pretty classic shaker set. You can get this stuff on Amazon. You can get it on, there's that restaurant store. Strainer, a jigger for sure, especially when you're starting out. This will help you measure things. Pour spouts are nice to have. And then you can work on your counts as far as when to measure amounts of booze and whatnot. Bitters are really something that I don't think you see in as many home bars as you should. So mine are all in different bottles, but I think at the very basic, you should have some Angostura bitters and then B orange bitters. And then really, if you have those bitters and some sweetener and a base spirit, you could really make it old fashioned. The old fashioned is like really obviously very fashionable right now. No pun intended, but it used to be that your old fashioned was made with like gin, whiskey, or brandy. And what had happened was whiskey became really popular, but bartenders were also making all these different drinks. So if someone would, let's say come in and order a gin cocktail, and the bartender would say, well, okay, well, which one do you want? And they would say, oh, I want the old-fashioned cocktail. And that's where that came from. And really an old-fashioned is just spirit, bitter, sugar, and water. And if you put ice in there, you'll always get enough dilution to give yourself enough water. So, if you got whiskey, if you got gin, if you got brandy, even a mezcal or tequila, throw some tequila in a glass, put a little simple syrup in there, a couple dashes of bitters, stir it with some ice, and see what happens, But I mean, if you have bitters, you could pretty much, you can always make that cocktail. If you have booze in it as well. So.
What's the difference between the bitters, the spray, and the liquid?
It's not really a difference. It's just how it's applied. So, a lot of bitters, they have a dasher in the bottle. I like these little pour spouts. I don't know if you can see them. It just gives you a little bit more control over how much you dash in there. And a spray, a lot of times, like, I think I've got a spray bottle. I've got a spray bottle here of absinthe. I use that a lot just to coat a glass for like a Sazerac. Because sometimes you don't really want, a lot of times with that cocktail in particular, you don't really want to taste it. You really want to smell it, right? You want the smell of the absinthe to hit your nose, and then you enjoy the cocktail after.
Wow, this was really great. Tell me one more thing, and that's, what are you eating right now for takeout? I know you're a big foodie, so.
Man, honestly, I've been getting meatballs and pizza from Roman Villa. I've been doing that quite a bit, which, I don't know, I'm probably eating too much pizza, but we're in quarantine, so whatever. And then, Slice 420, speaking of pizza, getting pizza from there still. And then, Chiba Bar still delivers, so I'll go pick up a tofu bowl or a tuna bowl from over there. And I'm trying to think, there was something I just had. What was that? Last week, I can't remember, but it's been a little trying to find, really, I mean, all the food's been really good, but I do miss the experience of being out and sitting in a restaurant, right? Socializing. I mean, I'm sure we all do.
Yeah, we do. What are you guys doing for Epicentral right now? I'm sure nobody can come in. You're doing happy hours, right?
We are closed. The only thing we're doing right now is letting people in to get their mail. So we do collect everybody's business mail, and we sort that. So that's really the only thing we're doing as far as operationally. And then we have been doing a couple virtual happy hours, just keeping active on Slack, making sure people know that we're still around, and we're going to be open once this ends, and we'll be here if people need to, a place to work from, which it seems like that could be actually a greater need when this is all over. It sounds like a lot of businesses are kind of learning, like, hey, we probably don't need that physical office like we thought, So I've been reading a lot of articles about the future of co-working after all this, and it's been pretty interesting.
Yeah, I know that a lot of companies are learning that now, that you can do things off-site, and it's been an interesting shift. I know some people that have been reluctant to shift to any remote work have been sort of forced to do it, but that means time for innovation, I think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, just beyond that, just kind of what happens and how business changes, how social norms change. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of interesting, a big ripple effect from all this, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks, Frank. I appreciate you showing us that drink and chatting with us a little bit today.
Yeah, of course, anytime. I hope everybody has a good rest of your day, and then, enjoy some cocktails.
All right, cool. We'll see you later, Frank. Bye.
For sure. Thank you, Emma.